What is going on, guys? In this video we're going to go over a barbarian build that is a little bit different. It's not necessarily at the top of the damage list, but it is very strong. It's very effective, adds some crowd control that is at a premium in Greater Rifts and is really good for group play. And we're going to go over these skills and gear requirements and let you guys know what's going on. Then we're going to put some video together. We're going to show you this solo so you can get an idea of how you can run with this if you wanted to run with it by yourself. But we're also going to do a group play video so you guys can see this thing in action and just how effective it can be. Now, as far as the skills go, we'll recap those and give you guys a couple options on things you might want to run with. For the skills, Whirlwind with Hurricane, Leap with Call of Ariat, because this is a Leap Quake build, Earthquake with Chilling Earth, Warcry with Impunity, Wrath of the Berserker with Insanity, Call of the Ancients with Together as One, and for your passives, Brawler, Boon of Bull Kathos, Tough as Nails, and Superstition. Now, Whirlwind with Hurricane, you'll see on the rune here, pull enemies from up to 35 yards away towards you while whirlwinding. This is good for crowd control. You do have Brawler, so as long as there's 3 enemies within 12 yards, you're going to get the extra 20% damage. This is a good way to bring things to you. Also there, for all your group play buddies to do lots of AoE, this is a good way to do it. Same thing for Leap with Call of Ariat. This is actually going to pull enemies towards you. Now, this is also a really good way to bring things to you, bring them into the Earthquake that you are running, which is going to require the LUT socks here. Very important when you're running the Leap Quake build. If you'll see there in the secondary, Leap can be cast again within 2 seconds before the cooldown begins. So you will be able to effectively jump 3 times before that's up, and you'll be able to pull everything in. That's 3 Earthquakes there. And then you can cast a 4th if you want. Just like that. Now, the thing is, with this here, the Earthquake, the Chilling Earth, this is also going to turn the damage to cold. Now, the other cool thing about this is all enemies hit are frozen. So whenever you cast Earthquake, it's going to freeze things. Now, that's very, very important to get the extra crowd control. Now, this can be very effective in Greater Rifts. If you're running solo, and you're taking too much damage, you can certainly use all the crowd control you can get. So this is a good way to do that, and you'll see that here. It creates an icy patch, causing Earthquake to freeze all enemies hit and deal cold damage. So as you can see, we're continuing the cold trend here. This is a very fun build to play with, especially in Greater Rifts, like I said. Next up, Warcry with Impunity. Because it's defensive only, plus with Impunity, you get the extra 20% resistances, which is very, very important with the higher difficulties. Now, this is a skill where you could probably go a different direction. We are currently running with Insanity to gain 50% increased damage, but you can certainly go another direction. If you're in Greater Rifts and you want to keep Wrath of the Berserker around, you might want to run with Striding Giant. This is going to reduce all damage taken by 50%, which in certain situations in Greater Rifts can be the difference between life and death. So that might be an option you go with. The other option is the old school Battle Rage, where you get the extra 3% crit hit chance, and the Marauder's Rage rune, which will increase your damage bonus to 15%, up from 10. So that's a couple directions you could go. Lastly, Call of the Ancients, Together as One. Together as One, you'll see there, 50% of all damage dealt to you is instead divided evenly between the Ancients. This is pretty outstanding. For 50% of your damage to go somewhere else is very nice. It's like running with a Unity if you are running solo, so that's a good way to go to stay alive. Very, very important. Now, for your passives, Brawler, as long as there are 3 enemies within 12 yards, all your damage is increased by 20%. That is a nice bump. Leap with Call of Ariat is going to pull things to you, and then while you're in there, you're going to Whirlwind. It's going to continue to pull more stuff to you. So that's a good way to run with. You can go a couple different directions if you aren't a big fan of that. You could easily go with Rampage if you know you're going to be killing stuff quickly, and you're not necessarily worried about that there. It's hit or miss sometimes in Rifts as far as how quickly you're going to get stuff or be able to kill stuff. So there's a couple directions you can go there. Boon of Bull Kathos, another one here. You can probably go a different direction because we weren't in too high of Rifts. We decided to go with that. You could easily go with Relentless. You'll see there, while below 35% life, all damage taken is reduced by 50%. That's a good thing to have there. You can go some other directions. You can go Nerves of Steel. This is probably the other direction I normally go to get the extra armor bonus there. You can go with Weapons Master if you're feeling comfortable with that and your health. Like I said, you can go with Rampage. pick whatever you want there. If you're looking for defense, I would say go with Nerves of Steel, which leaves us to our next ones. Tough as Nails, increase armor by 25%, which is more effective normally than Nerves of Steel because you're going to have a lot of toughness, a lot of armor from your strength, more so than your vitality on a normal basis. So if you have a lot of vitality, certainly go the other direction. And last up, Superstition, reduce all non-physical damage by 20%. That's also very important. Greater Rifts are going to do a lot of damage, and you're going to need to mitigate a fair amount of that, and this is a good way because you're going to have high armor. You're going to be able to resist a lot of that, physical damage. So this is a good way to do it. As far as the gear goes, you're going to need the LUT socks, which we went over already, to be able to cast Leap a couple different times. And then you're going to have 2 set bonuses in this. You're going to have the Might of the Earth set, and you're going to have the Immortal King set. Now you can use 3 pieces of each, and you're going to need to run the Royal Ring of Grandeur with that to be able to get the 4-piece bonus, so that's very important. Make sure and pay attention there. You can swap out a couple different pieces to be able to get the 4-piece bonus. We just happen to have a couple decent rolls in a couple areas. Some of these I wish we had better rolls, but this is the most effective combination for us right now. As far as bracers, we happen to have some Reaper's Wraps, which aren't that important. You can certainly find some better bracers out there. That just happens to be the ones that we have. Same thing for our amulet. We're trying like hell to roll certain things right now, but we're running out of Forgotten Souls. But for this video, this thing is, it's fairly average. We've got some cold damage, we've got crit hit chance and crit hit damage with some strength. So that's a good thing to have there. You can go with a Unity. We have a really crappy ring on the other one, so much so that I don't even want to show it. You can go with a couple other directions, get a socket in it, and put a legendary gem in it. If you're running those Greater Rifts, Bane of the Trapped is extremely powerful for this. Increased damage against enemies under the effect of control and parrying effects. And this is going to rank up as you rank it up. And it's going to do a ton of damage because you're constantly freezing stuff, you're constantly chilling it. That's a good way to go. So that's a couple other things. We have a Furnace on here. You can run with a 2-hander if you prefer. You can run with 2 1-handers if you prefer. We tried out a couple different combinations between the Azure Wrath. Didn't really find that effect. This thing doesn't have the highest damage on it. We rolled this over from another character, but this could work for you. Sunkeeper we were messing around with as well. Again, we wish a lot of these had higher damage. So you can go with any number of combination you want there. Pick what you want. That's it, guys. Like I said, stick around. We're going to show you this in solo real quick. That way you can see how this can work if you want to run this solo. Then we're going to show you some group plays so you can actually see how this works for a group and just how effective it can be when you've got some other people that aren't necessarily looking to tank and you want everybody else to stay alive. Plus you can still do a decent amount of damage with this. So stick around for that, guys. If you're cutting off here, I appreciate you watching. Happy hunting, guys. If you got any likes, throw it this way. Always appreciated. And if you want to subscribe and you hadn't already, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We're going to be doing plenty more videos to come. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Alright, so we're going to do a little bit of solo play, but before we do that, we'll go ahead and cap those Paragon points for you guys. Max your movement speed out in conjunction with your gear, then go ahead and throw the rest into strength. For your offensive skills, put your points into cooldown reduction first, because you want to get that leap to come around as often as possible. Then go ahead and put your points into crit hit damage, and then to crit hit chance. Next up, resist all, very, very important to go ahead and put your points there. Then into armor, and you could probably go with life. We've been messing around with life regeneration here lately, and we're just kind of doing this. You can go any direction you want there. For utility, life on hit, very important to go ahead and max that out. And again, depending on how high your cooldown reduction is, if you find yourself whirlwinding for a longer period of time to where you're depleting yourself of fury, you might need to put some points into resource cost reduction. Else you can go ahead and put these into area damage. Whenever you leap, you're actually going to get some of your fury back, and you'll see there at the top, generate 15 fury. And the fact that you're leaping 3 times, you're going to get that back, plus the extra fury you're going to get from Warcry. So it depends on how you need to go there. But we'll go ahead and hop into the Keep Depths 3. We're going to keep the solo play fairly short because this tends to be far more effective in a group build. So we'll go ahead. You can hop in here, you can group everything together, and as you can see, we're going to leave those guys in the distance just so we can show you guys the effectiveness of, and here we got an elite. We'll go ahead and pop our Wrath of the Berserker, and as you can see, this guy is staying frozen for a good long time. We'll go ahead and try and avoid that frozen pulse there. We'll cast our own little earthquake there. We're just gonna stayed on the outskirts there to keep away from that guy. And as you can see, this guy continues to be frozen. We're going to try and avoid that pulse as much as possible. And just like that, he's dead. And we are on T6. I know you guys probably saw the damage, 710%. Of course, we have the furnace, so the elites are going to drop a little bit quicker for us. But as far as this group here, and we'll show you guys some of the effectiveness. Like I said, we're going to leave that. There's Whirlwind pulling everything to you. Let's get that guy in here. And they're all getting frozen the minute they land. So as you can see, I'm not actually being attacked here. My leap is up, and I'm just... I guess we do need the Ancients there. It definitely helped to have those guys around. I was wondering why they weren't dying that quickly. Make sure you keep those guys up when you're fighting. We'll go ahead and hop in here. Some of these smaller mobs you don't necessarily need to leap, and there we can actually just drag these guys along with us for fun. But this is the build, guys, in solo play. As you can see, it's still quite effective. We'll go ahead and get these guys. Fire chains hurt, so we're going to try instead of that. We're going to go ahead and pop Insanity. We're going to pull in some extra guys here. We're getting our Brawler in here, and just like that, those elites are dead. And you saw that they were frozen for a good portion of time. Now, you know, you're going to have, you know, different circumstances and greater rifts depending on what elites you got and different things going on. So keep that in mind, that you are going to see a little bit different results in different areas, and there's going to be a lot of different stuff going on. So that's it, guys. That is the solo play of this portion. We're going to leave the rest up to the group play. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you find that you can actually run with this solo. And like I said, if you're having trouble staying alive, or if you're having trouble keeping things, you know, in control, then maybe this is a way you can go to get that extra crowd control and get that going. So stick around for the gameplay portion, the group play of this, I should say. And we'll show you. It's freezing stuff away. I don't even have to Whirlwind in there. Yeah, this is T6. So hopefully this works for you guys. Let me know in the comments below if you've got any other options as far as how you would run this a little bit differently, solo, or anything that might work for you. Let's go ahead and kill this goblin for the sake of this video. And hopefully we get a treasure realm. That would be really exciting for this video. We'll go ahead and hit him with one more. No treasure realm, but at least we got a goblin. There you guys saw the new effect on the map, plus the portal that he automatically cast there as of 2.1.1, so you can see a little bit different how it goes. So stick around, guys. We're going to go ahead and cut off here, and hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Thanks for watching. Now, we've done the crazy thing and actually hopped into a pub game, and we're going to see just how effective this can be. Here's some elites. These guys are probably going to hurt like hell if I let them hit me. So let's see how long I can keep these things frozen. And if I need to get out of danger, at least they maxed the movement speed. Look at these guys. You can't hit me. I don't want you hitting me. Let me hit you with another earthquake. Why don't you die? There we go. Now, those guys normally hurt like hell. But as you can see, we're able to keep those guys frozen. They even gave us an IK weapon, which isn't too bad nowadays. If you're looking to hit that bonus and you've got like a really stellar piece that you want to put somewhere else, you can easily roll with the IK weapon for a two-hander. It's very effective. You can definitely go that route. Alright, well, we got the Rift Guardian up. That was pretty quick. And let's see just how effective this can be. Let's go ahead and try our hand at this version of GOM. Now you're seeing that this guy is staying either stunned or frozen or one form or another, either from myself or somebody else. Now, I'm not going to take credit for doing a lot of the damage here, but I am going to keep a little bit of credit for keeping this guy a little bit under control. He continues to swing at me. I continue to miss. Come and get me, fat boy. Let me know what you're working with. Look at that. Alright, let's see what this amulet is. If I had room in my bags, that is. We're capped at 500 shards. Let's get the hell out of here. Spend some shards and see what's going on. But I'll let you guys know if anything came through that was worthwhile. Hopefully you guys saw the effectiveness of this in the group play. And let me know what you think of it. Looks like a Blackthorns amulet. But thanks for watching, guys. As always, happy hunting. We'll see you next time.